Hey guys, Sean Dubs here. So we're still at the early stages of the channel, so we get to try out like any format. So I figured I would answer the stuff that you guys gave me as an idea to talk about. If you guys noticed, I made a couple community posts on a couple of my channels, POV and Sean Dubs TV. And I asked you guys, what would you guys want to hear me talk about? So I'm going to do my best to answer everything in this video. I have no idea how long it will take. We'll find out. But, you know, maybe a chill style video like this will be fun. So the first question comes from Buchan907. Your take on the future of AI. Is it a tool or a threat? Great question. You could talk about that for a long time. I got to think of how to hit this question, honestly. So first of all, AI is definitely a tool. Okay, it's for sure a tool. Oh, my Android Auto turned off for no reason. AI is definitely a tool. I think, you know, people get really touchy about AI. It's so hard to talk about AI. There's a lot of like misinformation out there on how it actually works. So people think like it's like super stealing everything that artists make. I don't even want to get into that. It's as a sort of tangent on just the AI topic. It's like everything gets so politicized now that it's very hard to like talk about almost any topic. I feel like AI has been politicized as well. All right, whatever. I'll just try my best to answer this. So I think one of the benefits of AI, at least as I see it, is that it democratizes creation. So it significantly reduces the barrier of entry if you want to create content of all types, of visual, text, everything like that. So, you know, in the past, you would have needed so much money to get a movie idea produced, for example, or a TV show or like a short film. So AI definitely reduces the costs by like 99%, and it can help people who otherwise may have had good ideas, or otherwise would never have been able to have them produced. This person I think is lost. Just parking in the middle of the road. Okay, you know, you can like pull over. There's a lot of places to pull over. So in that regard, AI democratizes everything. So it gives people a chance. But because it democratizes it and lowers the cost of creating content, it lowers the barrier to entry. And so now like anybody can make a short film. Right now with the state of AI, you can't really make anything like super like Hollywood quality, but it's getting pretty close. A lot of the issues with AI are being ironed out, and so it's like anybody can create content. So that's why you're gonna see a flood of content, because it's just that anybody can make stuff. So that's gonna cheapen like everything. Like it's like movie theaters already have trouble getting people in the movie theater. There's already like too much content. You know, like if you didn't have to work, like if you hit the lottery and you didn't have to work anymore, and you were like, I'm just gonna watch nothing but Netflix like 24/7, I don't even think you could watch like 5% of all the content that's on Netflix, you know? So it's like we already have too much content, and the barrier to entry is being lowered by AI. So, you know, it's going to help some people who otherwise would never have been able to have their like movie idea created, or their TV show, you know, stuff like that. But it's going to lead to a flood of content. Right now, unfortunately, it just so happens that people are particularly like younger generations, they want brain rot more than ever. And so I am aware of multiple YouTube channels that are making like pretty crazy money just like creating brain rot. So I basically see AI as a tool that is an accelerant of existing trends. So people want brain rot. Brain rot is a trend. It's taking over because people are basically getting dumber. And so AI is just accelerating the creation of brain rot, lowering the barrier to entry. The other big issue we have in society is that the divide between the people who have all the wealth, who own everything, and people who don't have much is widening, the wealth gap. And I think AI is just going to accelerate that, right? Like, and that sounds like what I'm saying is conflicting, because I'm saying how AI democratizes the creation of content, allows anybody to get in. True, but it does that by lowering the cost, and the people who own everything in this country, who have all the wealth, and who control a lot of the distribution and whatnot, AI is just going to allow them to make movies more cheaply at higher margins, and that will just make everything worse. It'll just increase the wealth gap. So I'm trying to think of a way to explain. And by the way, I have not thought out all these viewpoints, so I'm going to be speaking a little slower, but hopefully it'll come out good. Here's a way to think of it, right? So AI is just a tool. So if you're already like a filmmaker, perhaps, maybe you're already a filmmaker and you have a lot of skill. You know how to create movies or TV shows and documentaries. Maybe you produce them and actually get them in movie theaters, or maybe you produce stuff for streaming services. You have skills. So giving people like that AI, it basically makes them into a superhuman. So maybe they could only create one movie a year, right? Now with AI, they can create 5, and they are highly skilled already. So it's just gonna increase their output even more. So yeah, you random person who thinks they have a good idea. Wow, I'm just gonna wave this guy go. Fellow Subi, bro, go ahead. Come on, buddy. There you go. There's no one around. You don't even need to look. Lost my train of thought. Waving fellow Subi, bro. Dope. I will recatch it. Yes. So let's say you're someone without AI, you never would have been able to make a movie because you just don't have the connections and the money to get it done. Now with AI, you can make it. You have a chance. Okay, but the person who already is creating movies and knows how to make them and get money and make money for them, they just went from only being able to make 1 a year. Now they can make 5. So now you can finally make your movie, and maybe it takes you all year and you're just starting out, but this other person who's more skilled than you can now make 5 a year. So how are you supposed to compete with that? Now this person that can make 5 a year, they can go to the services that they're selling, right? And they can undercut. So maybe they needed to get $100,000 a video. I think I missed a turn, and this thing's having me turn around, so I will turn around here. I'm assuming people aren't super watching for the driving, but it's emergent. It's emergent gameplay. I gotta make sure I don't repeat that over and over. We'll stay in second gear for this turn, and there's nobody around. Okay. So you see what I'm saying? This is kind of an issue in all facets of AI. So maybe somebody who is very skilled at coding, now with the AI, their output is increased dramatically. They can produce more, significantly more quickly, more efficiently, and that allows them to undercut the competition while still making more. So I shouldn't have given the coding example, so let's just go back to the movie example. I don't know where the GPS is taking us. So I'm trying to go to a fire tower, hopefully before it rains, but I don't know how that's gonna work out. So let's say the person was charging HBO. They make movies for HBO, and they were charging $500,000 Nah, not even that. More. 1 million. Let's keep it even. I have no idea why the GPS is bringing me back this way, but okay. I'm relying on the GPS so I can just speak and drive, and let the computer put more brain power into the roads. Like, I know the roads, but it's easier to let the AI, the AI. I mean, it is AI, Google Maps. Let's say somebody was making movies for HBO for $1 million each. Now with AI, the cost is literally reduced by 90%. It only costs $100,000. HBO knows this. They know this. But they can make 5 movies in a year. So they can go to HBO and be like, look, you've been giving me $1 million a year for one movie. Give me, 2.5, $3 million, and I'll give you 5 movies this year. Now, HBO wins because they get more movies from this person who knows what they're doing. Right? They have more content on the platform. And it costs them less per movie. And then the person producing them, because the AI reduces the cost and all the effort to create the movie by like 90%, yeah, they got to make 5, but they can get the 5 done quicker than the 1 using traditional methods. See what I'm saying? Same situation with a coder. A coder, maybe it would have taken them a year to make an app. Now they can make an app in a month. I've been seeing people do this too, by the way. Now they can make the app in a month. So that's kind of an overarching issue with society right now is, other than like having connections and leveraging like your existing wealth, skills still pay the bills, so to speak. And people who use AI, or entities that use AI, it's like they become superhuman super entities. So the gap just becomes wider and wider, and it also reduces the cost, so people can make more, but also they're cheapening the thing, So it's like, back to the movie example. HBO was willing to pay $1 million a movie in my little scenario, but now they're like, nah, sorry, we'll pay like 300. Because we can just buy AI movies now, and they're just as good. So now anybody not using AI is screwed. They have to use AI, right? So that's my best off the top of my head answer. I have thought a lot about AI. I think it's ultimately a tool. It is a threat to most creatives, but not in the way you think. Some people will heavily benefit, like any tool, but it's going to just contribute to the constant consolidation of everything that we're seeing in society, right? I touched on this in another video, but everything is consolidating. And part of the consolidation is like the increased efficiency that technology is creating. Same thing, like, this is the problem with the internet. The internet has given a lot of people opportunity, but now it's starting to kind of like consolidate. Things are being figured out. The internet really only wants like one of everything, like one store. So it's like Amazon. That's it. One auction website, eBay. You know what I'm saying? So it's really like it's not good. I think AI, for most people, is not going to be great. And the other issue with AI that creates a threat of it is that it is ultimately software that is going to make more automation possible, and it's gonna ruin manufacturing jobs for most people. So that sucks. Let's go on to the next topic. I think that was enough on this topic. I hope it was enough, but I mean, it's a pretty big topic. Let me see if I can find a spot to pull over so I can read it safely. There's no one around. I don't think anybody's around us. I just want to come over this little hump before I just super slow down and read this next one. Okay, we're good. We're creeping along here. Okay, Calabrese, my man. Thank you for all your comments. And thank you guys for all the comments. Everybody who leaves a comment, like, I super appreciate you. 99% of people don't leave a comment, and Comments can be pretty negative because a lot of people only feel compelled to leave a comment if they feel very emotional, and it's probably going to be a negative reaction. Anyway, I'm ranting. Calabrese, life as an amputee would be unique since it's something that most of us have never experienced. Yes, indeed. I mean, I could make like I could do a book. So I'll try to think of some bullet points. The thing is that I'm missing my hand and forearm. So I have my elbow, and then I have the prosthetic down. So like, I'm just starting from the overarching thing about it. It's like there's different types of amputees, right? Like you could be missing a leg, both legs. You could be missing hands, arms, both arms. It's like in terms of being an amputee, I have probably the best case scenario. What's interesting is like even in the United States, what they classify as disability under the law that allows you to acquire disability checks, I don't even qualify for that under the law. Most one-handed people wouldn't. Basically, the government's like, you got one hand, like you're not disabled. And I'll be honest, I don't consider myself disabled. It depends on your definition. Disabled is, in my opinion, like you can't do 95% of things. I can do 95% of things. I drive, stick. I'm lucky enough that I have a myoelectric hand, so I'm not wearing it now, but I have other prosthetic that it moves, so I can actually like grip things and everything. So I guess being an amputee, it really like yeah, there's been challenges, but it has not been like at all what I would consider the hardest things I've had to deal with in my life, like at all. Like it hasn't been that big of a deal. I think in some ways I may have benefited from it, because first of all, it's a righties world. It really is. Like if you pay attention, everything is like set up for right-handed people. And so only having one hand and having to figure out how to do everything with one hand in a righties world is like forced me to think outside of the box. And I think I'm pretty good at thinking outside of the box, like especially in the physical world. When it comes to like doing physical things, like I'm able to figure out how to do things like differently because I have to. So I have to approach most things in life looking at it like, okay, how do you do that one hand? Like it's like almost everything. And now it's just like second nature. But during my formative years and growing up, just like trying to tie a shoe, like everything forces you to think of how to do it a different way, and I have to figure out how to do it my way because I have to find a way to do it that like works for me specifically. So there's like not really any guides, because that's the thing with being an amputee. It's like anybody who's an amputee, this is all different, because there's all different types of amputations you could have. I mean, even like when you go to the doctor as an amputee, like they have to custom fit literally everything. Like there's no one size fits all. They got to make the arm totally custom for you. Like they don't just pull one off the shelf usually, So I think it's helped me like think outside the box. Now there have been challenges, I think what helped me though is that like I'm very tall. Like I'm 6'3". So I'm not like small. Like I have good vision and reaction time. So like I was able to do a lot of stuff almost as good as like most people. Like I was able to play sports. I was not the best player. I was often one of the worst players, but I wasn't the worst. So I was like really able to fit in, and I wasn't like, and I was always like relatively big compared to other kids. So I didn't really get bullied ever. Once in a while, like in school, I would hear somebody would say that someone like made a joke about me and being an amputee, But you know, everybody gets made fun of. I feel, at least when I was growing up, like nobody was spared. I don't know what it's like now. So I don't know. I didn't really have any like major issues. I was able to find my wife in high school. We met in high school, and I'm married, and we just had our first kid. I just do stuff, you know. And so I think I think being amputee is definitely a big part of my life. But like anybody, oh damn, that house got destroyed. Well, I don't know if it was a house, it looked a little scuffed. Anybody who knows me in person knows that like I don't make a big deal out of being an amputee, like at all. It's almost like you don't even notice. Like people, like you just don't even notice practically. That's why like I don't make a big deal out of it like as a content creator. Like I probably could center my entire content creation around like being an amputee, life as an amputee. Like I could probably do all sorts of stuff, but I just refuse to, because it's just not who I am. I believe in making authentic content. Sorry if that wasn't a satisfactory answer. But I think I would have to really sit down and think about it more to go in more depth to give you anything more than that. Because again, generally speaking, I don't think it's been the hardest part of my life. I think what was more challenging for me growing up than being an amputee is I'm biracial. My father is black, my mom is white. I feel like that was more of a challenge, way more of a challenge for me, because I went to like basically a 99% white school, and as a biracial person, like you feel like you, even to this day, like you feel like you don't really have any type of like people, you know, like because there's just not that many people who are exactly like you. Not that you're like racial ethnicities should like matter that much, but in the real world it does. Let's not be stupid. Like it does matter, you know, depending on like where you are. Like look where I am out here. How much could I really integrate with you know, some of these communities being like a brown person? From my experience, it's not bad, but like, you know, there's only so far you can go. It's just the way it is. It's getting dark. Is it gonna rain? Yeah, so that's on being an amputee. Let's find a place to do the next question. My throat is getting a little dry. I might have to grab some drink. We shall see. There's no one behind us. No one coming, so we're just gonna creep here. So I thought I saw something moving up there. I hope there's not going to be a storm. I really don't want to be over here if there's going to be a storm. Okay. Bill Bew says the Uniparty. Politics. I avoid politics because my own feelings don't really match anything like super mainstream. I don't want to do politics. I already know what happens if you do politics. If you do politics, like people have this need, the overwhelming majority of people have this need to categorize you as something. And I refuse to be categorized. I refuse. The Uniparty, I will say though, I do like the comment. I do think like something I feel a lot. When you're out here in the real world, you know, it's hard to notice that there's a different president or different people in charge. Kind of seems like the top things that impact my life, there's like no movement on them at all, no matter who is president. In fact, everything just gets worse. What are my top concerns? Healthcare. It's trash, it's out of control, it's expensive. Homes are expensive, out of control. Food, groceries, expensive, out of control. Everything. Cost of living just keeps going up and up and up, and it doesn't seem to matter who gets elected. The inflation just continues. Everything gets more expensive. So yeah, I could see why people would think it's like a uniparty. Doesn't really seem to matter. But already I have offended someone. Already. So that's it. That's all I have to say. Vehicles in games. Why driving stick shift in a WRX at a legal 55 miles per hour with no collisions will always be the better experience in any off-roading experience. So you're asking why like real life is better than games. Well, it's all the feedback, you know, which scares me because I love driving stick and there's just nothing like it. I live for roads like this. Amazing. Dude, my ears popped. We just went up so high. Love this car, dude. Love this car. The gearing is so aggressive, so it's like you don't have to go that fast to keep the RPMs up. The gears are very short. Love it. Yeah, I just answered your question. I think you're not gonna get that in a video game. There's nothing like the thrill of real life. Any off-road experience? A little, but very, very limited. I would not. I'm more of like I spent more of my time doing like drag racing. All right, next questions. Let's see. We gotta zoom in. We got a Halo question. Halo will always be on the Halo channel, but thank you for the Lil Ray Tito. Maybe you didn't realize I was asking for the POV channel because these are from Dubs TV, so I maybe should have clarified that. Random bro filling up water over here? What? That was weird. Chicken and eggs. The good old days of gaming with the boys. What do you miss and what you have instead now? Yeah, I mean, gaming is always going to be more fun when you have less responsibilities, right? Of course. I think what I miss is like before social media and like content creation and streamers took off, there's just a little more mystery behind video games. But now, like, it's like a new update comes out for a video game and everybody already knows exactly what's in it. There's like no mystery and everybody's sweatier than ever because there's just so many guides and stuff like that. So, it almost makes it like pointless to even play because you can just watch someone else play who's like a million times better than you, and they have other streamers to play with that are a million times better than you, so it just kind of kills it. I'm surprised the trees are not that green up here, like, yeah, that's kind of weird. Next one, oh, the Jonathan Galvez 1683 100 men versus 1 gorilla debate. I don't know why people are so interested in this. I think 100 men can beat a gorilla. It'd take a while. I mean, I would assume the gorilla would eventually get tired, and you could weaken it eventually. So, I don't know. That one is boring to me. From Ruben. Hey, what's up, Ruben Gutierrez? I see you comment a lot. Thank you for all the comments. What's it been like for you being a father, and how that's influenced you as a gamer and content creator? So I've been a father for almost 4 months now. My wife and I, we really planned out having our first kid. So other than the newborn stage being like a shock, it hasn't been, I don't feel super different. Like I felt really ready to be a father. It still surprises me though, like when you're, because like my son is starting to like look at me and smile a lot and like make little baby noises and talk, and it's just like, oh my god, like I am your dad. You know, like I am super responsible for you forever. It's just a love that can't be put into words. I really love it. It's definitely more work than I thought it was gonna be. My wife and I, we watched a lot of like content and did all sorts of courses that the doctors recommended, like these webinars or the hospital. We went and visited the hospital. We read books. We listened to the audio books. Like, we did so much like preparation, and then the baby gets here and it's like so much different than all that stuff. Like, I was surprised by how useless everything was and preparing you to take care of a baby. But overall, like, it is an incredible amount of work. Like, the baby needs 24/7 care, especially if you want to do it right. You just have like no time anymore. We're starting to get back a little bit of time. He's about to be 4 months, so we're starting to get back a little bit of time. Like, we can actually watch TV at night. But I think like a week after he was born, I just canceled Netflix. I was like, we're not going to need this, and we haven't needed it. Maybe we will resubscribe soon. But yeah, what can I say? It's way more work than I thought, and we knew it would be a lot of work going into it. So yeah, how has it influenced me as a gamer and a content creator? As a gamer, I wouldn't say it's really influenced me. I can't think, like, nothing comes to the top of my head, so I don't think it's influenced me. As a content creator, I mean, like I said, we planned our child out. So like, everything in my life, well, yeah, I guess I haven't said that. So even before we had kids, I'm gonna be real. Like, before we really decided to have a child, like years ago, I didn't really need like more. Like, I was getting almost bored with life in a way. Like, we traveled a lot before we had our son. And I love it. I love traveling. Like, I had so much fun. But I could just tell that, like, if I did that for, like, I don't know, a few more years or something like that, like, I would get bored. Like, I really enjoy working. Like, I do. It gives me purpose. Like, I like waking up in the morning and having, like, purpose. Like, if you gave me an unlimited amount of money right now, like, if you gave me $100 million, I would still work. Like, don't get me wrong, I'd probably take a decent amount of time off, but I would eventually start working. Would I work as much as I work now? No. I would enjoy life more, for sure, but I would still always work because it gives me purpose. I'm like one of those types. Like, I would work no matter what. I'm gonna stop here for a second. No, I'm not, because, oh no, oh, I could have stopped there, damn it. Oh well. I would work no matter what. So yeah, like, I feel like I have to work for a reason. Like, I like nice things, but I'm also pretty, like, easy to satisfy. Like, of course I would like a faster car. Like, I looked at the Cadillac Blackwing when I was looking at this car. Like, of course I would want that shit. Oh, there's a car rolling up on us, bros. There's a car rolling up on us, bros. It might be about to have a race. Of course I would like a faster car. It's a WRX too. I'd love to have a faster car, but at the same time, like, I'm satisfied with this. Like, this thing has like about 300 horsepower. Like, I would love to have more, but like, I actually don't really feel like I need more. Like, I've had way faster cars than this, and I've just had enough cars now where I'm like, I'm just chill. Like, I only need to travel like occasionally. Once a year is nice. I don't need a super fast car. Like, really, just give me something with a stick and I'm happy. It doesn't have to be like super fast. Obviously, I prefer it to be super fast, but it doesn't like have to be. So like, I don't really need much. So I just felt like if we didn't have kids, I would lose like a sense of purpose, to be honest. Like, I need something to work towards. So now, as a content creator, it's like for years before he was even born, my focus was on building stuff for him. And if we have another baby, just building stuff for the other baby. Like, at this point, I just want to work and give everything to my kids. Like, I just don't really need much more. I don't need to live in a huge home. I don't need to live in a really nice spot. Like, I like where I live now. Like, I prefer to live a little more semi-rural area. That could change at some point. But for now, like, I'm chilling, and I'd rather just give everything to my kids. I've had a relatively good life. Like, it has not been easy. There's been tragedy. There's been severe struggles. But like I try to think, you know, it could always be worse. Like there's people who have it way worse. So like relative to a lot of people, I've lived a pretty comfortable life, I think, and I've done a lot of things. Like there's still so many more things I want to do and see in life, but like I've experienced a pretty wide range of things to know that like I'm just kind of like good. So yeah, the mindset shift basically that I'm describing, it already happened like well before the baby got here. So since I've become a father, my mission has not changed at all. I can't even say like I feel even more motivated. Like I already felt motivated. I already was working constantly for my kids. So yeah, that's that. Okay, I think we almost have answered all the questions. Let's see some more. Are there more? Oh no, there's a couple more. Movies. Abe Edits asks. We could do a whole thing on that. Who watches movies anymore, dude? You got time to watch movies? I don't even have time. I mean, I like Star Wars, the originals. I like Quentin Tarantino movies are my favorite overall. Jurassic Park. Apocalyptic sci-fi stuff. Like I like stuff like that. Teal Side asks, what is your MBTI type? I did do that real quick before I hopped in the car. It said I'm architect. I didn't read deep into what an architect is. It said you're like mostly introverted. Sounds right. Noah Horton 3227 asks, how to get a girlfriend? Bro, I'm so sorry. I have no advice. But I do have a response. So like, I don't know. I'm gonna be real, and don't take any offense to this, people, because I know people who have met on apps and got married. But my wife and I have talked a lot about how we feel like we're so lucky we didn't have to do dating on the apps, because it's just like you have to meet like a total stranger, you know. We met in high school, so that's like when you used to really meet people just like through friends and like in person more. And been together for a long time. We got married relatively young, and we're very happy. And so it's like I don't have any experience whatsoever with the apps. If you put a gun to my head and said list 5 dating apps, I couldn't. I'm telling you, I couldn't list 5 dating apps. I can't even think of a dating app off the top of my head. I have no idea what that's like. I'm aware that like I think it makes it harder, because it's like in a lot of ways dating is a competition. So back when I was in high school and college, you just competed with the people in your area mostly. I mean, social media was just kind of becoming a thing. But now you got to compete with like every dude in like a in like what hour radius or more. Forget it. Seems crazy. So it seems like really competitive. I feel like it's so hard. And here's the thing. I do think every generation has a different experience with dating. So I'm a millennial, so I can only talk about millennials. If you're young and like you're trying to get a girlfriend, a boyfriend, whatever, I don't know like the intricacies of dating for your generation, what they are. So I've literally no idea. It would be bad if I knew. So I have no advice to give you. I'm sorry, I don't, and that's something that worries me about my son. I'm like, how am I supposed to help you? Like, who knows what's going to be like then? But you know, with the way AI is, maybe you won't even date anybody anymore. You just get AI girlfriend or boyfriend in a robot body. Oh God, I don't know. Sorry. And then GTA 6 being delayed another year. I don't know, dude. It's hard to like. I felt this going into this video and today. Like I was almost gonna make an entire video out of this. There's certain points in time where like the future is just not that exciting, And it's on a case-by-case basis. Like, there's plenty of people out there who are very excited for the future right now. But, like, for me, I'm just like, I can't get excited about anything. Oh, this turn is so sharp, dude. There we go. I can't get excited about, like, anything, because it's like, you have like, games. Like, I was so excited for like, I'm excited for Fable. I am excited for GTA 6. I want to play GTA. But when is it coming out? I don't know. They delayed it a year. GTA 6. It could be delayed again. So, like, why even get excited? Like, if you try to get excited for stuff now, you just be let down. You'll just be disappointed constantly. Fable's, I guess, supposed to come out next year, but, like, who knows if it will? You know? So, nice road here. I can't get excited for anything. That's just how I feel. Like, all the stuff I like is like scuff right now. I can't even get excited about cars. Like, I love cars, but and I'll make a video on this, but it's like, oh no, go straight. Winding road, next 3.5 miles. Yes. I can't even get excited about cars. Like, I really like this WRX, but this is a 2023. I don't think you should buy a 2024 and up, like the newer WRXs, because, and again, like I just said, I'll make a whole video on this, but like, the golden age of cars is over. Squirrel. The golden age of cars is over. We're on the tail end, and now it's just downhill from here. The 2023 WRX is the last WRX that doesn't have driver assists on it. Like, if you get a 2024 and up now, it'll like auto brake on you. And I have it on my other Subaru because I also have a 2023 Legacy that I'll make videos on. So it's like, cars are getting worse and more expensive. Like, this is like one of the last relatively driver-focused cars you can get. So I can't even get excited about the future of cars. This is the last stick shift sedan with all-wheel drive that's like a performance car that you can buy. The WRX. There's no other option. Like, you get this, or you get nothing, or you gotta buy a used car that somebody probably beat the hell out of. So, I don't know, man. The GTA 6 delay is just another disappointment. I'm not even upset about it, though. I'm not even upset about it. I was like, okay, if it comes out this year, great, but I don't, okay. Like, I wasn't even thinking about it. And good thing. That just seems like a lot of the future right now. So much stuff is up in the air. Like, how is AI really gonna impact things? Now they're doing tariffs. They're totally flipping the economy upside down. You know, like, we got driverless cars potentially coming. What's that gonna be? Is that gonna be good or bad? It's just not a fun situation. It's just not a fun situation. I'm not excited about a lot of things. And the GTA 6 thing is just like, it's just more evidence that you can't get excited about like anything. You're just gonna be disappointed. It's like, you gotta wait for the thing to get here and then see how it is. But that sucks, because I like getting excited about shit. Like, I like the WRX. Like, I wish I could get excited for the next gen WRX. I wish I could be like, ooh, this one is great. Like, I can't wait to see what the next one is. But I feel like I can't get excited because I don't know if they're going to make it all electric or if it's going to be a hybrid. I don't know how much it's going to cost. You know what I'm saying? Is it going to have all the driver assists on it? So, I don't know. You can't get excited for anything. It's terrible. That's how I feel about the GTA 6 delay. Alright guys, I feel like this was a pretty good drive. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this video came out well. It's hard for me to gauge when I create the videos, but we'll see how this one goes. Just answering y'all's questions and letting you guys dictate the content. This won't be all the content. I want to keep some variety on here, but I think this is a fun type of video. It's a little bit of a mismatch of topics, so I could see people perhaps not being interested in some topics, you know, and that can weaken the value of the video, but maybe people will like it. I think it's cool. I want to be able to build community with you guys and interact with you guys. Eventually, I'd like to live stream just driving around, but that's probably not going to happen until next year earliest. We have to really like build up an audience and a base before we can do that. Now is definitely like not the time for that. But hey, if you watch this far, thank you so much. leave a comment, let me know if you liked it. I read all comments on this channel. I can, because it's very manageable at this stage. And if you want to see more videos like this, just let me know. All right, and hey, see you guys in the next one. Peace.